Well, the market has been kind of boring recently, and you might be thinking to yourself, when should I start taking profits? Today, I'm going to tell you a few of my profit-taking strategies that might just help you form a strategy of your own. First of all, I can't tell you when to take profits, mostly because I'm not a financial advisor and none of what I say is financial advice, but also because I don't know what your current profit-making strategies are. How you take profits will depend on how you make profits. I know someone out there right now is thinking, my strategy is to make money. Duh. And yeah, I think everyone in this space feels the same way, but I'm talking about the specifics of how you plan to do that. I'll give you an example. If you've watched my videos before, you know I'm very bullish on the Luna token and the Terra ecosystem. Today, I'm not going to break down how Luna's tokenomics work, except to say when UST's market cap goes up, usually Luna's price isn't far behind. And when UST's market cap goes down, so does Luna's price, again, usually. So my plan overall is to accumulate as much Luna as possible until I see UST's market cap start to trend sideways or down. That would be an example of a condition that would make me feel that it's time to start taking profits. Another different example would be my approach to Avalanche's AVAX coin and Trader Joe's Joe token. Again, if you've been following my channel, you know that I've already taken small profits on both of these. I still have a decent sized position on both that I'm holding even though the market's a little down recently. Let me tell you what helps me to make that decision and have as much conviction as I do. It all comes down to bridging data. The more people that are moving funds over to use DeFi on Avalanche, the more AVAX is needed to use for gas fees, which is ultimately burned. Trader Joe is the #1 DEX on Avalanche. Called it. Sorry, excuse me. And it stands to reason that a decent chunk of that action is going to find its way onto their platform and into the Joe token. As you can see, with the exception of the days that Bitcoin dumped, the bridging data is pretty much very positive. I would start taking profits if I see this trend start to reverse and we see more outflows than inflows for a couple of days though. If you haven't noticed yet, there's one factor that's present in both examples. And for me, it's what I need to see before I decide to deploy a significant portion of my funds into any token. And that's independent data that supports my bullish thesis. With Luna, you can go back and check and see if UST's market cap increases, does Luna's price also increase? And vice versa. With Avalanche, you can go back and see that as the amount of deposits into the ecosystem increased, so did the average price of AVAX token. Now, it's important to understand that these are just basic examples and not all the information I use to make decisions on whether or not to invest in a project. I would never suggest that anyone invests in anything based on one data point alone. And this isn't how I approach every token or coin that I'm invested in. There are coins like Cardano, Atom, Osmosis, and Harmony that I invested in early because I like the overall direction that they're heading, or there's something I think could be potentially interesting down the line. But in general, I like to have some independent data that I can use so I can sleep comfy at night. What are your profit-taking strategies? Let me know down in the comments. Next, you should check out my video on how to buy the dip so you can maximize those gains. I'll see you in the next video, and we can keep talking about getting more coins.